Well, I claim San Diego is where I grew up, but I actually was born in Panama to a Navy officer, and we moved, I guess, 4 times across country before I turned 8. I was drafted right out of college, sent to Germany by the Army, which was fortunate in 1969. When I left, I stayed in Europe, decided that I wanted to spend some time in Europe. I left Europe in 1978. Actually, I was in Iran for a little bit also, and moved to Tucson with a friend. I got out of the Army at age 24 and never really directly said I want to be in philanthropic activities, but I did answer an ad because I wanted to meet people for a Cub Scout master for a mentally and physically handicapped Cub Scout pack. And I remember one young man there. Brett was 9 years old, fully mentally perfect. He was in a broken body, very severely palsied, sat in a wheelchair. And he wanted to get his Bobcat pin. I'll never forget this. And we had to devise some physical tests for this young man. And the only 2 we could come up with was to roll over 3 times, which was very difficult. Put him on the ground, and he had to roll over on his own 3 times. And type the Cub Scout motto. Without mistakes, he had a unicorn on his head, and he would hit. He had a little control of his head. He would hit an electric typewriter. It took him 3 months to do that. And I remember when we took him to the annual awards banquet, there were probably 500 people in the room, wheeling him down the aisle. I thought he was going to have a cardiac arrest on the spot. He was so excited. He was moving in 16 different directions. And I think I became hooked at that point. I think it was probably the highlight of his young life. And you know, I've just enjoyed, you know, put your own life in balance when you see things like that. Southern Arizona, Tucson has been so good to me. I've always felt an obligation to give back. It's just the way I feel about a community that has allowed me to do a lot of good things for my family. I'm surprised more companies do not encourage philanthropic, if that's the right word, community activities, because you get to meet people that you wouldn't otherwise meet. But I think any involvement on anything I do fundamentally because I enjoy it. I can tell you I sleep better, I feel better. It gives meaning and balance to my life.